She has a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
It's okay, I'm patient.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right, one suggestion. My youngest is 23, so I'm not really in contact with all this new stuff that y'all are building.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you maybe put it in a newspaper? Can you address it? Because some of us that don't have tiny people don't really, and I'm not calling myself old, please do not quote me.
I understand.
What I'm saying is, you're coming up with programs that were not in place when my children were coming up. So if you put it in a newspaper, you let people know what's going on, what's new, I guarantee you, you got a lot of military retirees that are sitting at home that would more than love to just stand outside and watch and make sure that these children are safe.
Yes, ma'am.
Because if one is not right, nobody's gonna be right in that community.
Yes,
Okay. Well, I was just thinking about, because the service that you're talking about is very similar to what Mr. LaVos does with YC, why don't we get you guys more involved with KVI? Also, we do the volunteer orientations once a quarter, and we'd love to have you guys as a speaker. I think that would be fantastic.
oh, absolutely.
You know?
I'd be more than happy to come out there and communicate.
Yeah, and
Sure.
then to answer the inlays question right here, I could see about getting this put on iHeart and put on KRGN for the radio side, and then I'll see what I can do about posting it more on social media. If you give me the information,
Okay.
I'll start pushing it out.
One of the things I was asked to come out here and share with you is another program I run within the police department, and that's our Killeen Police Explorers. These are young men and women between the age of 14 and 21 years of age that have the ambitions to enter the law enforcement community. These young men and women are, they do a service in the community with their time. They volunteer their personal time out there. They've given over 3,900 hours in volunteer services just in the community. So this is a program that helps shape young men and women out there in the community. There is a cost to it. It's $25.50 a year. And what we do is we teach them basic law enforcement. And what we do with this learned skill is we compete against other law enforcement agencies across Texas. And Killeen, these young men and women are winners. The competitions that they've gone to, they've won. They didn't win this year, but most competitions that they compete in, they usually come out as winners. They learn this craft. It's the basics of law enforcement. But one of the things I'm always doing is trying to help reshape them. And I'd like to turn this over to one of our explorers. There's 3 of them here today. I have Leandra Goodsby with me. I have Michaela Winger, and I also have Candy Cochran here with us. And these are the supervisors that are in charge of the other explorers. And sometimes we use these programs like this to help communicate what the program is about. It also helps them. It helps them on their communication skills. It helps them answer questions about this program and share their program with them, because it is their program. They're responsible for it. Some of the things, it has to work. It has to work at school. I monitor the school grades. They have to turn in their progress reports to me. It has to work at home. If it's not working at home, they'll take it to school and it will not be working. And then they'll bring it right back to our program. This isn't a program for troubled youth. This is a program that has similar lives. And we spend a lot of time shaping them. And these are the officers, the detectives that work within the department, help shape these young men and women and develop them and change the way they communicate and the way they develop. And if there's any of them I want them to emulate, that's this young lady right here, because I think that she's been with me for 4 years when I started the program. And this is who I want them to be when they start to get to this age. And this is her last year in the program, but when I first got her in this program, she probably couldn't give you 2 words, but she's done really well. I'm really proud of her. But this is Leandra Goodsby. I'm going to let her share the program with you.
Hello everyone, my name is Leandra Goodsby. I'm captain with the Police Explorers. I've been in the program for about 4 years now. So I aged out 2017, I turned 21. So rooting to go to KPD after that, so hopefully they're hiring next year. So I've been in the program 4 years. I've grown so much. I've never noticed how much I actually have grown in the program I've been in since I was in 9th grade. I'm not a Killeen alumni or anything, Carpers Cove. I live in Carpers Cove, but I'm a Killeen Police Explorer. Of course, my dad He's a Killeen police officer. He's the one who told me about the program to me I want to be a police officer. So it's been a great program the entire time I've been here. I'm in the Army Reserves. I've been in the Army Reserves for 2 years. I'm an E4 there, trying to move up in the ranks there as well. So the program has helped me a lot. I tell you right now, I couldn't speak in front of a crowd 4 years ago, but of course, being in the program, we do a lot of training with the police officers. We do crisis negotiation teams. We train for SWAT. We have a 5-day academy. In the summertime, we get pepper sprayed volunteer and weapons stuff. So we have to do that. We get to shoot weapons, everything. And of course, we meet every Tuesday at the police department for 2 hours, and sometimes we meet on Saturdays. We have a big event that we go to every summer at University of Texas, Arlington. It's a 4-day competition, and we compete with other explorers like us from around Texas and a few outside of state. And we do simulated scenarios such as like hostage negotiation. We do that with the FBI grades us on that, so it's pretty cool. We do traffic stops, DWIs, felony traffic stops, domestics of those sorts. And of course, we train with the Killeen police officers. A lot of our advisors are Killeen police officers or detectives. So we have our sergeants here tonight, and unfortunately, the lieutenant wasn't able to make it tonight. So we have about 30 explorers in the program. And does anybody have any questions for us while we're up here about it?
I wanted to bring something up. My husband, Kenny's my daughter here. I'm very proud of her. But my husband went to pick her up one night and asked a police officer, "Hey, do you know where the explorers are?" And he had no idea what an explorer was. So I was wondering why the police department didn't know what an explorer was, and if there's something that we could do to bring that up to their attention, that these kids are coming up behind them and they're emulating, trying to emulate them, so.
That's something we can't change. It's something, it's just, there's a lot of new officers. It's just about making the shifts, visiting those folks and letting them know about these two programs as well.
Sorry, I missed that.
Go and repeat it. Are there any questions? Yes, ma'am.
Going back to the Kid Watch program, I just read you have the training on Saturday. What Saturday?
Usually because when we first started this program, we brought a lot of the volunteers in and we trained them on one Saturday, and that's usually when we were going to start doing it. But now that they're set, usually I'll bring them trainings or I'll go directly to them and visit with them and have the officer visit with them as well. And we'll train them that way, depending on how many I can get together for it. There was another question back here. Yes, ma'am.
I don't have a question, but I would like for the explorers to come on the radio and talk about the program, so that everybody else knows and does know about it.
Absolutely. Any other questions for us?
Not a question.
Yes, sir.
But, how you doing? Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
And everybody know me as Granddaddy or Merry Christmas Man. I would like to volunteer with this Kid Watch thing because I have kids. I have grandkids that I raised from babies. But only thing I come with stipulations now. I can't do the full volunteer program because I got 100% disabled, grandson that I'm raising. Also, I go to college. Most of the time I'm in school from Monday and Wednesdays. Any time between those times I can volunteer unless I got doctor's appointment. So
when it comes to the Kid Watch program, one of the things I try to get the volunteers to do is I ask for whatever time they can give me because it's the morning time and it's the afternoon time. If you give me 1 hour, that is 1 hour I know that the child is safe. You give me 25 minutes, that is 25 minutes I know a baby's safe. And that's all I'm asking, to invest a little bit of time. And if everybody in this room gave that 5 minutes, gave that 10 minutes, was mentoring, was talking to a child, that is one baby that I know is safe for 5 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes. That is 2 minutes of safety a child is in. And I would love to have you come out and work with us with volunteers.
Mr. Martinez, can I say something?
Yes.
I do it anyway because I'm always on somebody's kid. I don't know if they come back and tell me dad. I'm always on.
My email's on the back of that flyer. If you email me, it's on either one of them flyers. I will send you an application.
You know, I found out one thing with the kid watch, we've been doing it. I think just about everybody here has a pet that they love to take out walking. And if you could take that pet with you at the time when the kids are walking to school, you have your yellow shirt on, and you just walking, you doing the purpose of the kid watch, and at the same time, you walking your pet to get this some exercise. It's so easy how you can fit it right into your schedule.
Good idea. Thank you so much, Mr. Martin.
Yes.
And make sure you look up Ms. Jones back there. Did y'all have anything? Thank y'all so much. Thank you for y'all service.